Hey y'all, it's your girl Shamira, and I have at least 15 reasons why your hair may not be growing, why it may not be thriving. I hear so many people saying that their hair can't look like a certain way, or they can't get their hair to do this, or this product doesn't work for them. And many people aren't understanding that there are so many reasons why your hair may not be seeming like it's growing or it's maintaining its health. So one reason is that you're doing your hair every single day. If you're manipulating your hair every day, combing it every day, styling it, pulling it back every day, then you'll probably be pulling out a lot of your hair, and that's not good. You need to find either a low manipulation style or protective style to do your hair. And this that I have in my hair is a low manipulation style. I had this in for about 3, 4 days. It's a little bit frizzy, but this would be considered either low maintenance style. And protective styles are usually extensions, box braids, locks, things like that. At least something that will prevent you from doing your hair every single day. So that is definitely number one reason. I put everything down in my phone. So the second reason is that when you do your hair, you're doing your hair too roughly. You're detangling it roughly, and you're not using water, will be your best friend, and you're not moisturizing it properly. So be very careful when it's wash day. You want to wash in sections, especially if your hair is if it's a bit more kinkier or drier. You definitely want to do your hair in sections and be very gentle. Have patience. Start at the end of your hair and work your way up to the top. And the third reason is your diet. What you eat or drink definitely plays a part in the health of your hair. Try drinking a lot of water. If you don't like drinking water, try to add some flavoring, fruits or something. Drinking water can also help your hair thrive. Water goes throughout your body, to your scalp, everywhere. So definitely drinking a lot of water, and the health of your eat and will be better. And there's certain fruits and vegetables and meats that they say can help grow your hair. Salmon is one of them. Peanuts. There's quite a few foods that you can look into that can help grow your hair. And I don't mean like you just eat it and it grows, but just maintaining a healthy diet can definitely help you with that. And putting too much heat. If you feel like you're doing everything right, but then you blow dry your hair or flat iron your hair every single day, every other day, or even weekly, it can be damaging your hair. And once your hair is heat damaged, there's no reverting back. You have to ultimately transition and either big chop or keep it in protective style, but there's no going back once your hair is heat damaged. So the less heat, the better. I've decided in my hair regimen to cancel out heat completely. I haven't put heat to my head in about 3 years. No blow dryer, no flat iron, nothing with heat. I don't even sit under the dryer. I completely air dry, and I feel like my hair has completely thrived from that. And yeah, so definitely try to stay away from heat or limit it as much as possible. And there is a such thing as putting too much moisture or too much protein in your hair. So double check the ingredients when you're using it, because if you put moisture in your hair and you're not balancing it with protein, you can have moisture overload. Or if you put too much protein, you can have protein overload. And they're very similar to heat damage. Moisture overload, your hair is very like mushy, it's too soft, and it doesn't hold any styles. And protein is kind of the opposite. It's hard, it's rough. And how I would say to balance moisture protein is to double check your ingredients. I would use products that if you do a hot oil treatment and then you want to kind of clarify afterwards, and not necessarily you have to clarify, but shampoo afterwards with maybe a shampoo with some protein in it. And everything I do, there's a balance. So if I do a protein treatment, I make sure every product I use after that has moisture. If I do a hot oil treatment, I make sure that every product after has a little bit of protein in it. Just try to keep however you want to do it. I would try a moisture protein balance. If you do protein one week, next week you do hair, or the next wash day, try protein. So that's very, very important. And dyeing and perming your hair all the time. And I should have said this in the beginning, but this is not for those people that do whatever to their hair and their hair is down their back, or their hair is super healthy, grows all the time, beautiful hair, and they perm it all the time, blow dry it all the time, use whatever product, don't look at the ingredients, just grab a product and go, and their hair is beautiful. And I'm not talking to any of those people. I wish I was blessed that way, but no, not all of us are fortunate like that. But dyeing and perming your hair all the time can definitely have a big effect. A lot of people that I know that perm their hair have a strict regimen, just like naturals, and their hair is thriving. And anything you do, you're going to have a good regimen. But if you do it too much or you're not consistent with it, it can definitely do a lot of damage to your hair, and dyeing it all the time. And there's some people, unfortunately, that are not aware that you should not dye your hair and then perm your hair, or perm your hair and then dye your hair. That will definitely make all your hair fall out. So be very careful. Follow instructions on perming and dyeing your hair. And try the new, hair color wax that they're doing now. If you really want to dye your hair, try that first. So to prevent from the harsh chemicals in your hair. And let's see. And if you're starting out natural or you're transitioning, you need to know that you do not have to buy a whole product line. I am a product junkie. You don't do that. Bit of a contradiction, but being a product junkie is not all that cracked up is supposed to be, because in the beginning you'll end up throwing away a lot of products because you realize it won't work for your hair, or you heard from someone that it is a great product, use it, your hair hates it, and you'll wind up wasting up a lot of money if you try to be a product junkie and buy everything you see, or you feel like you need to buy an entire line. You need to buy a shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, all in the same line. You do not need to do that. What I do, and you will probably never ever see me buy a whole product line, because I will try one product at a time with products that I know definitely work. And I do this because if something goes wrong, if my style doesn't come out right, if my hair is too hard, too soft, or whatever the case may be, I know exactly what it was. It was that one product that I tried differently. You'll see me a lot doing the lock method, which is the liquid oil cream to moisturize my hair. I will always try one product different from the rest, so I can know what exactly I'm putting in my hair and what went wrong with my hair. So try one product at a time. That is always helpful. And those who trim their hair too much. So if you're trimming your hair as fast as it's growing, you're just defeating the purpose. So either you're trimming it too much or you're not trimming it at all. So you need to find a good balance between the two, and using the right scissors. You should be using shears to cut your hair, because that's for the hair, and not scissors you cut paper or whatever with. Because if you use those scissors, it'll actually cause more damage than good. So go to a beauty supply store and buy you a good pair of shears. Um, let's see. And trying to find a miracle product. Any good product is only good if you use it consistently. If you find this one product that everybody raves about, but is not working for you, it could be because you're just not consistent with the product. You have to be consistent, and you have to definitely like follow a strict regimen, but there is no real miracle product. So if you're looking for that, good luck with it, and you'll definitely find a product that your hair really loves, and you should stick with it. But again, anything that you use too much can also do harm. So don't try to look for a miracle product. Just look for products that work for your hair and not what everyone else says is good. And following someone else's hair regimen, this can get like tough, because when all else fails, you feel like if you follow their hair regimen to the T, your hair will thrive from it. But that's what works for them. That may not necessarily work for you. You have to find out your hair regimen, what your hair likes, what your hair doesn't like. It's going to be trial and error regardless. So trying to avoid making mistakes, you can, but you're going to make a few. You're going to buy products that your hair doesn't like, and maybe oil or moisturize your hair too much or too little. But that's part of the process. You have to go through that process in order to get the healthy hair that you desire. So, and understanding the climate in your state, city, wherever you're at. Lately, the weather has been crazy everywhere. One day it's snowing, one day it's raining, one day it's sunny. It's June, and it's only been hot past 3 days. Like, you never know what's going to happen. But trying to understand the climate is important, because if it's too hot where you're at and you're putting humectants in your hair, like glycerin or something like that, it pulls more moisture into your hair, which will result in your hair being over moisturized and like kind of just too soft, and the reverse happens when it's too cold. So if you use a lot of humectants when it's cold, it pulls the cold air, and the moisture comes out of your hair. So you have to pay attention to the weather. Whenever I'm doing my hair, I always check the forecast for the week, because if it's going to rain, it defeats the purpose for me doing a twist out or braid or whatever, because the rain is going to pull like no definition is going to hold in my hair. It's going to get frizzy. It's going to shrink up. Pay attention to the climate in your area. Pay attention to weather. All of that affects your hair. So if you feel like, oh, I use this product and it didn't work out, it's because you use it the day before it rained, or it's really hot in your city. You just got to learn the style that will work for your hair in the city or state that you're in. So windy city or something like that, I would probably have updos more and things like that. You'll figure it out as you go along. And those who do not sleep in a scarf or have a silk pillowcase or wear a bonnet or a satin pillowcase, I think that is very important, because those of you who do moisturize your hair, as soon as you lay down on a cotton pillow or without one, whatever style you have, your hair gets frizzy. The moisture is sucked out of your hair by your cotton pillowcase, and or whatever pillowcase that you have, and it just defeats the purpose. Having a bonnet or scarf is very crucial to that, maintaining your style. My hair right now is a bit frizzy, but once I put my scarf on, go to sleep, make sure it stays on all night, it looks, I wouldn't say it looks like I did it over again, but it looks refreshed. Like, it's a good way to even refresh your style, especially if you have low manipulation styles or protective styles like this. So it's very important to have that. and only co-washing. So for those of you that don't know what a co-wash is, it's really just a conditioner for your hair. For most people use it because they don't want to strip their natural oils away, or they want to make sure that their hair, who's probably predominantly dry, it is moisturized. But doing too much of that will definitely be a bad thing, because everybody needs a good clarifier or some kind of detox for your hair and scalp to rinse out all the dirt and oils out your hair. It is very important. So again, have a balance of everything, and never deep conditioning. I can't even like begin on how important deep conditioning is. It gives your hair life, like, is everything. I would suggest everyone to deep condition. If you don't do anything else, please deep condition. It doesn't matter if you're natural, you have relaxed hair, you dye your hair all the time. Like, deep condition is very important, very vital, is everything. Like, if you want your hair to be healthy, deep conditioning. Period. Hello. And not moisturizing properly. Okay, so number one, growing up, for me, I don't know about you guys, but it was stay away from water. Don't wet your hair. Don't go to the pool. Don't do this. But water is your best friend. Like, your hair is like a plant. A plant needs water and sunlight to thrive, to grow, to be healthy. So does your hair. Okay, so water, 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 water. Anytime you're about to moisturize, add water. Never moisturize on dry hair. There's a lot of people who do that, and sometimes that may work for them. But again, for those of you who hair is not thriving, who you're not seeing results from the things that you're doing, this might be one of them. I literally almost have my hair soaking wet before I moisturize, and it has helped my hair so much healthier. And water is key. Drink it, spreading hair, water is everything. And for those people that are wondering about low porosity, high porosity, porosity is just how much your hair absorbs the water. I didn't even learn about porosity until 2 years after transitioning. And what it is if you're low, is your hair doesn't absorb water. If you're medium, your hair absorbs just enough water. And if you're high, your hair absorbs all the water. Like, it's good to know with the certain products that you use. But I kind of don't really follow that. I kind of literally listen to my hair. If I put a product on my hair, I wet it, and I put a product on my hair, and if it does anything other than make it soft, moisturize, or just does nothing for it, then I know not to use it anymore. That's kind of how I do things. A lot of people try to find out their hair texture, their porosity, and they think that that is key to learning how to deal with your hair. It is. It's part of it. But for me, it was just literally trying products out and recognizing if my hair liked it or not. But definitely hair type and hair texture, all of that does play a part. And the number one thing that I would say to everyone, whether you're natural perm, relaxed, patience. Nothing will happen overnight. Patience and consistency. Almost anything you do the first time doesn't work out. So you try again. There's plenty of people that have done multiple big jobs, just either because they felt like it or because they had to. But have patience. It's not going to happen overnight. And I transitioned for 2 years, and I'm about to be natural for almost 2 years. And my hair is not at the length that I want it to be, and shrinkage is serious. So just have patience. I think that is all the reasons that I have. If I missed anything, comment below. But yeah, that's all until next time. See y'all.